Today I'm making protein pancakes. I think you're going to love them. They are made with cottage cheese and some eggs as the base. And we'll be using some oat flour to go with that and some other things. Super easy to make and most importantly, delicious. I'm Rockin' Robin and I'm going to show you how to make it right after my chef joke. What do you call it when mozzarella, cheddar, and Parmesan rent a little beach house? Cottage cheese. Our recipe today is lower in carbs and higher in protein, which I like to do whenever possible. This is really easy to make and it tastes amazing. So let's get into it. Grab yourself a blender and we're going to place some high quality cottage cheese. Just read the label, make sure there's not a lot of additives, into your blender, and we're going to add 2 eggs. Now you'll want to blend this until it's absolutely smooth and creamy. So check this out. This is how you want it to look. It's as smooth as silk. Make sure you scrape out your blender to get every last drop. I'm going to add a little bit of maple syrup to counteract or balance the tartness from the cottage cheese, and we're going to add a little bit of vanilla extract. For our dry ingredients, we could have pre-mixed these in a bowl and then added them, but I put them in individually and it worked out just fine. So we're going to add some cinnamon, a little bit of salt, baking soda, baking powder, and some oat flour. Now mix this in till it's just blended. You don't want to overmix. Once we get to this point, we're going to add 2 tablespoons, maybe 3, of milk. Now I like to use whole milk, but use whatever you have. And any milk alternative will work. We're going to let our batter rest for about 5 minutes while we're heating up our pan. I've got my heat here on medium-low, and when you see it's getting hot, go ahead and add, maybe a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more of some either avocado oil or olive oil. I'm using avocado today. It has less flavor to it, so it won't add any flavor, like olive oil would to your pancakes. When the oil gets hot, I like to use a 1/4 cup measuring cup to pour in the batter, and just don't try and spread it out, just let it go in. While my pancakes are cooking, I think I'll sneak in chef joke number 2. All right, so I asked the waitress if my pancakes would be long, and she replied, "No, they'll be round." So you're going to cook the pancakes, and as you do, you're going to notice these bubbles popping up. And I have this thing about bubbles that I like to pop, so I do spend a little bit of time doing that. It's an obsession. Once they start looking a little bit drier on top, you can check underneath by lifting them up, and then just go ahead and flip them over when they're golden brown. Pancakes should be done after cooking another 3 to 4 minutes on the second side, and then just take them off and place them on a plate and keep them warm. This recipe will make about 10 or 11 pancakes depending on how big they are. So I'm going to go ahead and make my second batch here. Just add a little more oil to your pan and do the same thing we did before. And you know what they say about making pancakes, it's the second batch that actually turns out better than the first. And I think that was true in this case as well. Now you have plenty of options when you're serving these up. You could go with the standard maple syrup. I like to put some fruit on mine, so in this case I put strawberries. You could do anything you want as far as that goes. Blueberries, bananas, it all works. What's great about these pancakes is you can even meal prep with them. Make them up ahead of time, store them in the refrigerator. They'll keep for at least 2 to 3 days, and you've got breakfast practically on the go. These pancakes are light and fluffy, and they are delicious. Let me know if you're going to try them in the comments below. Here's another delicious meal prep idea for you. Egg muffins. Click the link on the screen and it'll take you right to the recipe. Check it out. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next week with another delicious and healthy recipe.